Aries, take a deep breath. Do you feel it? Something is moving around you, a strange current of energy, strong yet impossible to hold. In these past few days, have you felt uneasy for no clear reason, as if someone or something was trying to send you an important message? This isn't a coincidence. The universe is knocking, louder than ever before. And if you're hearing these words right now, it's not by chance. You were chosen to hear what's coming next. Keep your mind still. Let your heart open, because in the next few moments you're going to step through a door, one that not everyone dares to cross. A journey awaits you, one that will lead you toward truth, toward light, and toward the reward meant only for the Aries soul. It all begins right here, in this very moment, as the door of shadow quietly begins to open. Aries. Sometimes we forget that the world inside us is breathing too, with hidden winds and deep tides, just like the ocean. Every night, when your eyes close, your soul keeps moving, drifting through unseen layers of space, where old memories, unfinished promises, and unnamed feelings whisper softly in the dark. Lately, you may have felt something shifting. Not fear, but a quiet pull from within, as if someone or something is calling you back home to yourself. The sky around you is turning, and among the silent stars, a doorway is opening. It isn't loud or blinding. Its light is calm, deep, like wisdom formed through years of endurance and growth. Your energy is crossing that threshold now, leaving behind old shells, stepping into a space where only truth is allowed to pass. If you listen closely, you can hear it, your heartbeat syncing with the rhythm of the universe. Each breath you take is more than air. It's a message moving through you, sent from the heavens and the earth. And what the universe is saying is simple. It's time. Time to look back, not to regret, but to understand why you had to walk through so many storms. Not to punish you, but to sharpen your soul, to make it brighter, clearer, and stronger than before. When the door of darkness opens, don't mistake it for an ending. It's the beginning, a new cycle of awakening. Darkness is only the thin veil that helps light discover itself. It doesn't come to frighten you, it comes to teach you how to see. Those born under the fire of Aries often believe they must always be strong, always fight, but true strength sometimes arrives when you dare to pause, to tremble, to look deeply into the hidden corners of your mind that you've avoided for too long. Maybe you've noticed the strange dreams lately. A long road with no end, a face fading into the light, a voice calling your name from nowhere. It's not your imagination. It's your soul reaching out, trying to communicate with something greater than itself. And in that chaos, there's still a hand unseen, but steady, resting on your shoulder, whispering gently, "Don't be afraid, I'm still here." Standing at this threshold, everything may feel uncertain, blurry, unreal. But if your heart is still enough, it will understand. These changes aren't coming to take anything from you, they're coming to return something you lost long ago. A piece of your soul that you left behind in the rush to keep up with the world. Pause for a moment. Feel the warmth rising from your chest, spreading through your arms, dissolving into the air. That's how the universe touches you, not with words, but with feeling. Every gust of wind is a reminder. Every faint ray of light at dusk is a mirror reflecting who you are. And in that quiet moment, you'll realize nothing is truly frightening. Darkness only makes your light more visible. And right there, at the fragile edge between loss and beginning, between fear and awakening, between silence and the call, that's where the miracle starts. So when your breath finally finds rhythm with the universe's breath, know this: the tremor you feel isn't danger, it's preparation. It's the signal that you're ready to rise to a higher understanding, a journey where you will stop searching for safety in others and begin to find the light softly, steadily within yourself. As the wind moves gently past your window, a tender silence opens, and from within that stillness, something begins to stir. A whisper, light as breath, a warning hidden in the light itself. It's coming closer now, not to scare you, but to help you see the path that's waiting just ahead. Aries, when the universe wants to warn you, it rarely uses noise. It chooses whispers and pauses, in a strange look from someone, or in that small tightening in your chest you can't explain. Everything may seem normal, yet deep inside, you feel pulled in another direction, mysterious, magnetic, as if an unseen hand rests gently on your shoulder, urging you to stop, look around, and feel something shifting. There's a slow, heavy energy moving toward you. It has no face, no clear form, yet you can sense it in the smallest things: restless sleep, conversations that leave your heart heavy, the look of someone who once made you feel safe but now carries something you can't name. Sometimes, darkness doesn't come from enemies. It comes from those you've loved, trusted, opened your heart to the very people you thought would never hurt you. Don't be afraid when change begins to stir. Fear only makes you look in the wrong direction. Be still like a candle burning in the wind, watching, but not panicking. Let your body be your compass. When someone enters your space and your energy drops, when your chest tightens or your breath grows heavy, that's a signal. Your soul never lies. In the next 72 hours, the signs will grow clearer. A call, a message, a chance encounter, something that feels random but is perfectly arranged by destiny's hands. Someone will reveal who they truly are without you asking. A small situation will peel back the truth hidden behind familiar smiles. And when that moment comes, trust that you are being protected. The universe never reveals truth too early or too late. It always chooses the exact moment, the one your heart is strong enough to bear. You may feel disappointed. You may feel hollow when you realize someone isn't who you believed they were, but that emptiness is cleansing you. Those who cannot walk with your light will drift away, not because you've done wrong, but because your soul is preparing for a truer, brighter chapter. You don't need to fight them. No need to argue, to prove, to defend. Light never has to shout to prove it exists. Be quiet, like dawn, gentle yet unstoppable. When your peace stays firm in the storm, dark energy loses its grip. It leaves, like shadows fading as the sun rises. Aries, this isn't just a warning, it's a test. The universe wants to see if you'll trust your instincts, believe in what you can't see, and step away from what drains you even when your heart still cares. Every step you take away from toxicity brings you closer to your true self. If loneliness visits you in the days ahead, remember, being alone isn't the absence of others. It's the sacred space where you can finally hear your own voice. That silence is a gift, not a punishment. Use it to look within, to ask yourself, who truly brings me peace and who keeps me guarded? And then, one morning, you'll wake up and notice it. The air feels lighter, the room quieter, your heart no longer clenches at the thought of them. That's when the old energy has left, and you, the fire-born warrior, have been reborn in a softer, clearer light. And in that moment, something beautiful happens. Just when you thought everything was falling apart, a thin stream of light begins to slip through. It doesn't come from outside, it rises from within. Warm, calm, powerful enough that you close your eyes, breathe deeply, and whisper, "I'm okay now. I'm ready." From that stillness, the universe touches you again, not with fear this time, but with faith. As if, after helping you release what needed to go, it's gently turning your gaze toward a new horizon where another calling is waiting, not to warn you anymore, but to guide you back home to yourself. Aries, when night falls and the world grows quiet, maybe you felt it too, something stirring in the air around you. It isn't sound, it isn't anything you can see. It's a current of subtle energy, the kind that wakes you in the middle of the night for no reason, that makes your heart race from a single passing thought, that makes you look at someone and just know they're hiding something. Your intuition is speaking. It's been speaking for a while, you've just been too busy to listen, too busy running, improving, holding yourself together in a world that's often too loud to hear its own heart. But your soul, the quiet, honest part of you, has been trying to reach you. It's whispering something the mind can never explain. It's time to stop. There's something you need to feel, not figure out. You were born under the sign of fire, the pioneer, the brave one. But even a flame needs the wind to know which way it burns. Intuition is that wind, gentle, unseen, yet powerful enough to change the entire path of your light. Sometimes, those with the strongest intuition are the ones who doubt themselves the most. Because they feel too much, they sense pieces of truth before they appear. They hear honesty in silence, long before anyone speaks it aloud. And when the world dismisses what they feel, they begin to question their own clarity. But that strange unease, that quiet knowing that something isn't right, that is the language of your soul. It doesn't need proof, because truth never required words to be real. Let your body become your guide again. When your heart tightens, that's your answer. When warmth fills your chest for no clear reason, that's your answer too. Sometimes the only way to hear your intuition is to dare to sit in stillness. No music, no phone, no screen. Just breath and heartbeat. You'll be surprised how the clearest messages often come in the simplest silence. Maybe lately you've noticed strange coincidences, numbers repeating, a song playing at the exact moment you think of someone, or a stranger saying a line that brings you to tears. These aren't accidents. They're letters from the universe sent not through words but through feeling. Aries, if you find yourself standing between doubt and faith, remember, your path was never meant to be drawn on a map. It's meant to be felt. Your intuition is the sacred compass no one can steal. Sometimes it will lead you through the dark, through turns that logic fears to take. But you'll discover something timeless. The deepest part of the dark always holds the first light of dawn. Trust your heartbeat. Trust that feeling you once called random, because it isn't random at all. The soul always knows before the mind can catch up. And when you walk, guided by that inner knowing, you'll stop trying to control everything. The right doors will open. The wrong ones will quietly close. The world around you moves with an invisible rhythm, and you, the child of fire, are being led toward a place your heart once dreamed of in restless sleep. Don't analyze it. Just listen. Let the silence lead. And then, one night, you'll look up at the sky and see the stars aligning quietly, perfectly pointing you toward the way ahead. That isn't magic. That's your reward for believing in yourself. And as you take that first step toward the light they show, something awakens inside you, no longer a warning, but a deeper truth waiting to be seen, just beyond the mist of everything you once believed. Sometimes the truth doesn't break open like thunder. It seeps in slowly, quietly, weaving itself into the smallest details of everyday life. A glance that turns away too fast. A silence that lingers a little too long between two people who used to understand each other without words. A sentence that sounds harmless but makes your heart tremble, as if it brushed against something that's been hidden for far too long. Aries, your soul is more perceptive than you realize. No matter how hard you try to rationalize what's happening, the deepest part of you already knows something isn't right anymore. Truth never disappears. It only hides until you're strong enough to face it without collapsing. Maybe someone has changed, or maybe you have, and because of that, the promises, the bonds, the beliefs that once fit you no longer match your energy. When a soul begins to evolve, false things fall away on their own. No arguments needed, no accusations, just one clear look and the fog begins to lift. You might feel hurt when something sacred turns out to be an illusion, but remember, pain is the starting point of awakening. Only when the heart breaks can the light find its way in. And sometimes, the truth doesn't come to make you lose faith. It comes to teach you where to place it. There are truths that will leave you silent not out of fear, but because you finally see that reaction is no longer necessary. You simply smile, take a step back, and understand that what no longer belongs will leave on its own. Just like autumn leaves fall without being begged to stay, and afterward, the earth is ready to receive new life. Aries, you've spent a lifetime learning how to fight, but this time, your lesson isn't to fight for the truth, it's to accept it peacefully. Truth doesn't need defending. It only needs to be seen, because once you dare to look straight at it, you'll realize something miraculous. Nothing is truly falling apart. Everything is falling into place. The universe is fair in its own quiet way. You might not see it yet, but every moment the truth is revealed, you rise to a higher level of awareness. Every shock, every fracture, they're just shells. Inside each one lies a seed of freedom. When the new moon rises, you'll feel lighter, not because you've lost less, but because you're no longer carrying what isn't real. Your breath will come easier, your sleep will grow deeper, and you'll stop straining to hold together what was already meant to fall away. Allow yourself to be sad, to be disappointed, to cry if you must. Those tears aren't weakness, they're cleansing. They wash away the dust that kept you from seeing your path clearly. And when they finally stop, what's left inside you will be peace, the kind that comes after a storm has rinsed the sky clean. Aries, sometimes truth doesn't come to end things, it comes to begin them. It doesn't destroy you, it frees you. And in the moment you accept it, you're no longer who you were. You become someone new, someone standing between two worlds, one fading behind you and one ahead, filled with light. So take a deep breath, let it move through the ache, and quietly whisper to yourself, I'm ready for the truth because only truth can set me free. And when you speak those words, something in the air shifts, subtle but real. The space around you clears. Your heart, though tender, begins to beat steady again. From the deepest part of your pain, a strange calm begins to rise. And just when you think you've seen it all, another light approaches, softer this time. Not the light that exposes, but the one that invites. As if the universe, having peeled away what was false, now wishes to place a gift in your hands. A gift reserved only for those brave enough to walk through the dark, without losing faith in the light. Aries, life doesn't always warn us before it decides to test our strength. One seemingly peaceful morning, a single moment, a message, a phone call, or just a look can shake your heart and make you realize that something is about to change. Everything begins to move quickly, almost all at once: worry and hope, loss and opportunity, darkness and light. The universe has its own way of testing strong souls. And you, the one born under the first flame of the zodiac, are one of them. In the days ahead, two currents of energy will swirl around you. One will pull you downward with fear and doubt, whispering that it's safer to go back, to hold on to what's familiar, even if deep down you know it no longer belongs to you. The other will gently invite you upward, quiet but steady, carrying a single message. If you dare to walk forward, you will witness a miracle. And it's right there, between these two forces, that your soul will be reshaped. Crisis doesn't come to destroy you. It comes to remind you that you're stronger than you think. Just as iron must face fire before it becomes steel, your heart must pass through challenge to become radiant. Perhaps a door is closing, a relationship, a job, something that once made you feel safe, but at the same time, another door is quietly opening in a direction you never expected. The problem is, most people are too afraid of endings to notice the beginning already shining beside them. Aries, you are the symbol of action, yet sometimes the wisest action is to pause and listen. When everything feels chaotic, take a deep breath. When your heart feels heavy with loss, remember that emptiness is the space the universe clears to make room for something better. Life never takes without the intention to give more. Don't let fear push you into impulsive choices. Don't let anger steal your kindness, your most beautiful quality. Remember, light never argues with darkness. It simply shines. When you stay honest, grateful, and kind, even in hardship, your energy shifts. And that's when true opportunities begin to reveal themselves. Maybe a new stream of money will flow your way, or a job offer, a project, or simply a person who opens your eyes to a new path. But the real gift isn't the opportunity itself. It's the calm you've built while waiting, the strength you found in the moments you thought you couldn't go on. Because right at the edge of exhaustion, the universe leans close and whispers, "I knew you would rise again." Now is the time to understand that luck is never random. It is the reward for faith and consistency. Every time you choose peace over panic, trust over fear, love over anger, you are unlocking a new door in your destiny. Look around. The signs are everywhere. A chance encounter, a small opportunity that feels strangely right, or just that quiet inner pull saying, "It's time." Don't ignore them. These are the answers you prayed for. The universe is simply replying through events, not words. And if what's happening feels overwhelming, allow yourself to rest, not to escape, but to recharge your light. Step outside, walk under the sun, let the wind touch your face. Breathe until your thoughts slow down. Because when you return to stillness, the right path becomes clear as a sky washed clean after rain. And when you finally choose to move forward, even with a single step, you'll feel it's something lighter, warmer, hopeful. Not the fear of yesterday, but the sense that you're being guided. A soft glow begins to spread around you, as if the universe is smiling, saying, "At last, you can hear me." From that gentle light, a new awareness begins to rise, not of crisis, not of fear, but of something deeper, more intimate, flowing from within your very body. A quiet calling, light as breath, reminding you that it's time to care for yourself, to bring your body and soul back into balance, the balance you've been too busy to remember, but that the universe never stopped waiting for you to find again. Aries, how long has it been since you truly listened to your body? How long have you kept walking shoulders heavy, mind tired, pushing through nights when all you wanted was to stop, but didn't dare? You keep telling yourself, just a little more effort, just one more day, and everything will be fine. But the body doesn't lie. It is the most honest mirror of your soul. The dull aches, the quiet fatigue, the weight in your eyes that feels like it's holding up the sky, these aren't just physical symptoms. They're messages. They're how your body speaks when your energy has gone beyond its limit. Every time you stay silent before injustice, every time you swallow anger to keep the peace, every time you smile while your heart hurts, that energy doesn't disappear. It stays. It settles into your cells, your breath, wrapping around you like a thin mist that slowly dims your light. Your shoulders are heavy, not just from work, but from carrying emotions that don't belong to you. Maybe someone has sent you their jealousy, their harsh words, or just the dense weight of their energy, and you, with your sensitive heart, absorbed it without even realizing. Over time, that heaviness turns into irritation, exhaustion, and the quiet sense that your life force is being drained, drop by drop. Aries, you were born with fire inside you, but even fire needs protection from toxic winds. This is your moment to pause, to cleanse, to return to your original rhythm. Bathe in the soft light of a candle, or let salt water wash away the heaviness. Walk barefoot on the earth so your feet can feel the heartbeat of the world again. This isn't indulgence, it's remembrance. It's your way of saying to yourself, "I deserve to rest. I deserve to be renewed." When you begin to treat your body with gratitude, everything changes. Your body will respond with deeper breaths, calmer sleep, and a quiet peace no medicine can create. Let yourself be still. Let gentle music soothe your mind. Give yourself permission to slow down even for a few minutes a day. Sometimes, that's all it takes to save a tired soul from breaking. Aries, resting doesn't make you weak. It makes you honest. Sometimes, courage isn't about fighting on. It's about knowing when to set the sword down and let the wound heal. Remember, your body is the temple of your soul. If you don't tend to the temple, the light inside will slowly fade. Close your eyes. Feel within you that small, steady glow, a flame that has never gone out. It wants to be seen, to be cared for, to be fed with love and attention. When you care for your body, you're also tending that flame. You're telling it, I'm still here. I still want to live fully. I still believe in the good. At the end of a long day, place your hand over your heart. Each beat is a thank you from the universe, a reminder that you're still here, still chosen to breathe this moment. Be grateful. Even for the pain, it's your body's way of asking you to pause before it's too late. Be grateful for the fatigue. It gives you a chance to fall back in love with yourself. And when your body begins to feel lighter, when the old energy finally lifts, you'll sense it, a kind of rebirth. Your inner light grows warmer, softer, glowing out into everything you touch. Suddenly, life begins to fit again. Your work, your emotions, even your relationships align in quiet harmony. From that stillness, you'll feel a deeper current stirring slow and steady, like the breath of the earth itself. It invites you to look back, toward your roots, your family, the place you came from, where old stories still linger, where wounds were never fully healed, and where invisible threads may still be shaping the life you're living today. There are things in every family that seem buried beneath time, but in truth, they never really die. They live quietly, pulsing beneath the surface, surfacing now and then in what feels like coincidence. An unintentional word, a sad glance from someone you love, or that heavy feeling in your chest when you stand in an old house and realize something unspoken still lingers in the air. Aries. Sometimes the past doesn't sit behind us. It flows within us, in every beat of our heart. You may not understand why certain patterns keep repeating in your life, the same kind of pain, loss, or relationships that begin and end in eerily familiar ways. But if you listen closely, you'll sense that your soul is trying to heal what your ancestors could not. What you're facing today isn't only yours. It's the echo of unspoken sorrows, unfinished dreams, and truths buried under generations of silence. Perhaps someone in your family once carried a deep wound, betrayal, grief, or a mistake that haunted them, and they chose silence to protect the ones they loved. But silence has energy. It doesn't vanish. It drifts through time, seeking the one whose heart is strong enough to face it, kind enough to forgive it. And Aries, that one, is you. The truth may shock you. It might come through a casual conversation, an old letter, or a late confession. In that moment, two feelings will rise together: pain for what was hidden, and gratitude for finally knowing. Choose gratitude, because truth, once seen, allows the past to rest. When you confront these shadows within your lineage, remember, you are not here to judge. You are here to release. Look at everything through the lens of compassion. Those who caused harm were also victims of fear. Those who hid the truth were simply trying to survive. Forgiveness doesn't mean approval, it means freedom from what once controlled you. Start gently. Light a candle. Whisper a thank you to those who came before you. Send a prayer for their peace. Imagine that flame spreading through generations, illuminating the dark corners, softening hardened hearts, dissolving the words never spoken. Every breath you take is the breath of your lineage, and when you exhale love, your entire family breathes lighter with you. Aries, not everyone is chosen to heal their family line. But you, with your fierce heart and your depth of feeling, carry that light. Let your compassion become the bridge between two worlds, the souls who've passed and the ones still learning how to love. You're not just healing the past, you're rewriting the future for those who will follow. And when you do, something miraculous begins to happen. You might feel a soft presence on your shoulder, as if someone is gently saying, "Thank you." Your uneasy dreams will quiet. Tense relationships will begin to ease. And one morning, as sunlight brushes your face, you'll feel peace, not only your own, but the peace of the spirit smiling through you. When ancestral energy is released, your heart expands. It grows brighter, You start seeing the world differently, not through the eyes of someone who must be strong, but through the eyes of someone who's walked through shadow and still chooses love. And as stillness settles into your breath, you'll realize something gentle yet profound. Once the past is healed, your soul naturally turns forward. A new light, warm and clear, begins to knock softly at your door, as if the universe itself is inviting you to prepare for the blessing that comes after every storm. Aries, every storm has its reason. And sometimes, that reason isn't to break you, but to wash away everything that no longer belongs to you. When the winds finally quiet, you find yourself standing there, breathless, surrounded by silence, realizing that you are no longer who you were. What once terrified you now lies behind you, and the miracle is you're still here, still whole, still carrying the best parts of yourself. Light never disappears. It only waits patiently for the moment you dare to open your eyes after the rain. And when you do, the world sees you differently, not because you've won, but because you've understood. You've learned that every crack in the heart has a purpose, because light can only enter through those cracks. The universe is opening before you now, calm, vast, and deep. Can you feel it? The air is clearer. Everything seems sharper, as if someone has just wiped the dust from the lens of your life. A new door has opened, no thunder, no wind, only the stillness of what's coming next. Aries, you are entering a season of radiant rebirth. What once hurt you has become fertile soil for new beginnings. Maybe it's a job you thought you lost, returning in a stronger form. Maybe it's a relationship that once wounded you, now transforming into a mirror reflecting your true worth. Or maybe it's simply a quiet morning when you wake and feel peace and realize that this calm was what you were seeking all along. Your success in this phase won't come from noise or grand victories. It will come from the way you've kept your heart gentle in a world that tests its softness, from the way you still choose kindness, still choose faith, even after being doubted. It will come from the quiet power that makes others pause and wonder, how do they still shine after everything? Because, Aries, your light doesn't come from never falling. It comes from falling, from breaking and still rising again, with a heart even warmer, even more open, even more capable of love. Let your reward be more than what you can touch. Let it be the peace that fills your breath, the quiet, knowing that everything unfolds in perfect order. Everything you've lost, the universe will return to you, but in purer, wiser, more deserving forms. Now, as you close your eyes, feel the hand of destiny resting gently on your shoulder, not to warn you anymore, but to congratulate you. It whispers, "You made it through." And in the distance, a golden light spreads across the horizon, warm and soft, like dawn after a long, stormy night. This is the moment to whisper to yourself, "I am protected, I am guided, I choose the light." Let those words sink into your heartbeat, your breath. Let them become a bridge between you and the unseen forces that have always been watching over you. Because in the instant you acknowledge that truth, something sacred begins to shift. The entire universe starts to move in rhythm with the faith inside you. And if these words reach a quiet place within your heart, leave behind a thank you, not just for me, but for yourself, for the journey you've survived. Because the moment you feel gratitude, the miracle begins. And light, as it always has, will find you again. Only this time, you'll see it through the eyes of someone who has truly awakened.